Hello guys, Danielle here, and if you know anything about me, you know how much I love memory keeping. It's the foundation of why we vlog, why we do what we do. I have an entire blog, daniellelang.com, dedicated to sharing my stories as well as sharing ways that other people can memory keep. It's meant to help people learn how to memory keep, and it's just the circle of like really why I do everything I do. It's why I have a studio, it's why I have a photography and videography business. I just want to be there for people to help them document their memories and capture all of these important moments like their weddings and their anniversaries and their kids and all the things like that. One of the things that I've been dying to do for actually quite a while is to start a podcast. It's been on my mind for over a year now, and I just never got around to doing it. I have a lot on my plate. I have a lot of things I like to do, and I just was not ready to add a podcast to the mix, even though like I was really wanted to do it. Fast forward to Christmas of last year, I actually had the idea when Katie, who did our family photos in Kansas, came out to Kansas, and I was just like, oh, like, you know, Katie and I really bonded, we really hit it off. I was like, this is like perfect. You know, at Christmas time, after I thought about this for a while, I was like, what if Katie did the podcast with me? So it would take a little bit of the pressure off myself. It's still my podcast. Katie is just like my co-host, but it's like, I don't know, it would just make me feel a little bit better about taking on this project. I mentioned the podcast to her. She was super excited, seemed very interested in it, and I just left it at that, and I was like, okay, well, we'll get around to it now that I know that you'll be my co-host, but like, I wasn't putting any more pressure on it. Around a little after New Year's, maybe like February time, Katie was like bugging me, knocking on my door. Not really, she wasn't at my house, but she was just like, hey, when's podcast coming? Hey, we should start the podcast. And she was like that push that I needed to actually get it started. So this vlog is a little behind the scenes of us filming recording one of our first podcasts and just getting it ready for launch and everything that it takes to do that. So I hope you guys enjoy.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Good. Can I get just a caramel latte? The medium, yeah, in the medium size. Awesome.
Have a good one.
Thank you. Hello. Good morning, guys. I am sorry if the lighting or anything is terrible. I just wanted to chit chat with you guys, so I threw you up on my dash. I am heading to a neighboring town to visit my friend Katie. Katie and I have started a podcast, so I wanted to take you guys a little bit behind the scenes of what that's like. We are going to be recording our second podcast today, and then also I believe taking some pictures for like our cover art and probably for like posting on Instagram and stuff like that. So that's why I'm a little bit dolled up. Normally I don't get this ready. But she told me to take my time coming, so I figured I'd swing by my favorite coffee shop here in town and grab myself a coffee. I know when you're pregnant, you have to be easy on the caffeine, and so that's something I'm very aware of. We have cut back caffeine. Like, I never will like make myself a coffee at home, and if I do, it's decaf, because we went out and got like some decaf grounds to use. But if I do have coffee or caffeine of any kind, I limit myself to like one per day. So I've been feeling great, just been keeping an eye like on my caffeine and really conscious of my caffeine consumption. So yeah, I just am doing what I know is best for my body. If I have like a coffee, then I won't have like any soda or anything all day. Or if I have like a soda with a lunch or something, then I won't do any coffee or anything. So this is my coffee for the day. I got a caramel latte, the medium size, and that's how I'm going to start my day this morning. I'll tell you guys more about the podcast a little later, but for now, I'm just going to focus on driving, and I will talk to you hopefully when I get there. Okay, I'm here. I'm a little early. Oh, I thought that was Katie for a second. She's not here at her studio yet, so I'm just waiting for her to show up, and then we will start the podcast. I think she'll be here like any minute, though. She told me she left her house, so I'm just patiently waiting, listening to music and chilling. She just pulled up over there. She's here, she's here, she's here. Ignore my banana peel. That was my breakfast. Now I can head out and go see her. Because, like, when I did it before, I cropped, like, probably, like, here. Granted, the pictures from before are, like, long pictures, so we might not be able to get the same, like...
I can turn it. Do you want to? It doesn't matter. This looks okay. Here.
Okay.
Stand right there and I can show you this.
This is what happens when Trevor and I have to take pictures, and I'm so awkward. Yeah, I like that. Okay. That'll be good. Now, you go stand there, though, because I don't want it to be cropping you, like, right here.
My phone is my trigger, too. I think I'm fine.
Yeah, you're good.
No, take a picture of you.
Okay, so this is the studio. Welcome to Katie's studio. Our first order of business today is to shoot some pictures. We need cover art photos for our podcast. Also some pictures just to like post on Instagram or whatever we want to do with them. We'll take a few pictures of us together because we don't really have any of us together. And then after that, we'll hopefully start the podcast. So let me show you the podcast room back here a little bit. It's just her storage room where we've set up a little table because out here it would be way too echoey. So in here is where we have set up to do the podcast. That's Katie's side. This is my side. And we just sit here and we can see each other and we can chit chat and we talk about the podcast. So we have notes on Google Drive. Let me pull those up. Oh no. Oh. Well, I can't show you guys the Google Drive because I forgot I'm not connected to the internet. I'll show you that later. But we have notes on a Google Doc that we share, and then that's how we do the podcast. So you'll see that a little later after we do pictures. Katie's back there in the bathroom getting all ready. You know. Oh, yeah. It's fine. I bet you won't even know this one. Look at it. Oh, I see.
Yeah, you'll see it. I was like, why? Like, it was supposed to stay on.
Okay, vlog time, or podcast time. Welcome to the second podcast. We're so glad that you guys are here. We can't wait to dive into today's topic, all about getting started. So getting started can feel words. So getting started can feel pretty overwhelming.
I'm taking the photos. And you might think, this is going to be a whole other podcast, I swear. You might think that you don't look the best or you don't like the way you look or something, but I promise you that your kids and your family does not care. They love you regardless, and you will regret if you are not in these photos with your children. And it's like a happy planner that you've just converted into this?
Yeah, so I have a blog post about it. I'll link it in the show notes.
We'll link it. Oh,
I'm gonna pull it up now though. We can pause the podcast so I can show you, but it's one of my favorite things. Let me show you.
I don't know, this will make people want to hear your podcast. We haven't talked about it.
No, it's okay, we can, but I actually want to show you like right now too.
I can imagine what it looks like.
You need to see it.
It sounds adorable. You know, the other day I was like, I don't even know if I know how Daniel and Trevor like met or like got married or proposed or anything like that.
This is when he proposed. So this is the date. So then this is the actual date right here. And these are his notes, so you can like really pull them out. I just made this little pocket. And then on the back here
cute. Priority, Drew. Be more specific on. Sorry, no.
I'm back in my car. We took pictures, took some time, and went over like our show notes and stuff, and then recorded the podcast. And then I'm out of breath too. Then after we recorded the podcast, we went out for lunch, and now I'm so full. I feel like I'm about ready to explode. And I don't even feel like I ate that much. I think little baby in here is just like making me full right now. I feel like a little upset to my stomach because of it, and also very out of breath. Everything is getting me out of breath right now. I just buckled my seatbelt and I'm out of breath. Anyways, I am getting ready to go to Walmart really quick. We got a couple things I need to pick up there. And then I'll head home and see Trevor. And I want to show you a little bit of some of the other podcast stuff we've been working on and tell you a little bit more about the podcast because I haven't really talked about it much. We have now recorded, I think, 3 or 4 podcasts and have almost our whole year planned out that of like podcasts we want to record. So it's about time I tell you about it and I let you know that you can actually listen to episode 1 of the Memories podcast out now. Memory keeping is super important and you need to do it, but you also need to remember we're human. We're going to put it on the back burner unless we have a reason why, and you have to make sure that why is important enough to keep you going, to keep you doing that thing, whatever it may be for you, and to keep you moving forward on your memory keeping journey. It should be available eventually everywhere you listen to podcasts, but the first time you launch a podcast, you actually have to like get it approved in all of the spots. So right now you can definitely find it on Spotify. You can find it on Anchor.fm, which is where we're using to like launch it and stuff. But I know that Apple Music isn't quite ready, or at least the time I'm recording this right now. You will eventually be able to find it on the Apple Podcast app, but for now, that's an approval process that could take time. I was hoping it'd be done within 24 hours, but could take like 6 to 10 days, which is not cool. We are launching it. It's up. It's ready for you to listen. I'll have the link down below for where you can find it for sure. We also will have everything linked on my blog, so I'll make sure to link that as well, daniellang.com/podcast. And the podcast is called The Memories Podcast. The reason we named it this was because of everything I mentioned earlier. I just love memory keeping so much. The podcast is all about teaching busy moms and busy families how they can create sustainable methods to document their life on a regular basis, whether that means creating videos like how we vlog, or creating your own sort of blog or journal, or making scrapbooks, or creating photo albums, or using professionals to do all those things for you. It's all about just documenting your memories and why it's important, how you can do it, ways to make it easy and sustainable and be something you can do on a regular basis. Everything like that. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, we really would love you to subscribe to the podcast, to give it a listen, to let us know what you think, because I think it's something that can be relatable for like a lot of people. I think it's something that everybody should have an interest in. Maybe you just don't know where to start, or you're feeling overwhelmed or anything like that. Those are definitely things that we're going to address in the Memories podcast. But like I said, everything will be linked down below, so click those links please and read all about our podcast. We are so excited to be sharing these with you, and we hope to show you some more behind the scenes along the way. But for now, just give that episode 1 a listen. And that's going to be it for today's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already, and follow us on Facebook. It'll all be linked in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Boop.